I just wanted to go over the recording setup that I have at my house. I'm using the Digi 002 unit, rack unit, as opposed to the console. The console, I've found, has some issues with the faders. Digi has released the 003. I'm not owning it at the moment because I don't have that much money to keep upgrading like Digi wants me to. But 002 is fine for now, and there really isn't much of an update to the 003 except for an extra headphone input, really, and maybe some updated preamps, but the Focusrite preamps suck balls anyways, so it doesn't really matter. I got the dual monitor set up because it's a lot easier having your mix window and edit window in two separate monitors instead of having to switch back and forth. I'm actually just using the board primarily for the preamp section. It's the Mackie Onyx 1640 with the Onyx preamps, obviously, and it has 16 preamps, and that's really the only reason why I have this board. It's a nice board. Unfortunately, the EQ doesn't go with the direct outs, which is really stupid, so you can't do any EQing from this board directly into Pro Tools. But, you know, that's not such a big deal because you can do all your EQing in the box. So, also, I have this Alesis analog to optical converter because you need that converter to get channels 9 through 16 to this, because this only has 8 analog inputs. And I also have a power conditioner, which I couldn't tell you if that works properly or not. I haven't been zapped yet, so I guess we'll see when it happens. Hopefully it doesn't happen, so I don't even have to worry about it. But in the event that something does happen and my house gets, you know, electric cocksucked, I got a power conditioner that supposedly will protect everything. We'll see. For a computer, I have the older PowerMac G5. It's the Quad 2.5 model. It's nice. I also have an old shitty Dell. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's an old shitty Dell that I don't really use anything for. I have some cool apps, video editing stuff, Final Cut, Motion, Soundtrack, DVD Studio Pro. That's all part of the Final Cut suite package, I guess if you want to call it. Pro Tools, obviously. This is Guitar Pro 5. I actually use that to write most of my songs in. I like to write songs in MIDI because I'm weird like that, but Guitar Pro 5 is pretty cool. I like that program. And then I have a whole host of Adobe stuff: Dreamweaver, Adobe Flash, Illustrator, InDesign, Photoshop, you know, different EQs, a lot of the Renaissance EQs by Waves Audio, which are really good, and basically Waves in general is really good. And I have obviously the Digirac stuff and Auto Tune and Sound Replacer, and so a bunch of different stuff to choose from, really. I have the worst speakers, monitors, whatever you want to call them, the worst monitors that money can buy. The M-Audio Studio File monitors. It's a little tiny 4-inch speaker. It is just junk. One of these days I'm going to be upgrading to probably the Event Studio 8s. I got a ton of different microphones. Pop filter! I have a bunch of these E604s by Sennheiser, which is really nice because it actually just clips to the tom, so you don't have to worry about mic stands or anything. So I have 7 of these, so for crazy drummers like Neil Peart who have 800 toms, we can close mic, you know, virtually every tom. This is your basic 57, SM57 by Shure. You can use this for toms, you can use this for snare, for guitars. It really sounds good on most things. I wouldn't use it on vocals. I've known people who have. They don't sound that good. Maybe in a live situation I could see using them because they're pretty similar to the SM58. but I would never use an SM57 for recording vocals. The SM58, as I was saying, is very similar to the 57. Once again, I'd use this more for live applications than for a studio recording. The Audix D6, it's a pretty cool microphone. It's used primarily as a kick drum mic. You can also put it on a bass amp. I've seen people do that before, but I actually prefer just doing a DI on the bass guitar than actually recording the bass amp. The SM81 is a good pencil condenser from Shure. I use it on my overheads when I'm recording drums. So the cymbals, cymbal clarity is pretty decent. It's not very bright, so you are going to have to do some EQing if you use these. This is the AT4033 by Audio-Technica. I've actually used it on hi-hats many times, and you get a really nice warm hi-hat sound with this. This is the TLM 103, definitely the best mic I own. I use it for vocals primarily. I have used it on guitar before, on electric guitar and acoustic guitar. I also do have a nice Kurzweil PC-1X 88 key keyboard, and it's pretty nice. It has a ton of different sounds. I used it on a couple records. It sounds really good. The orchestra bank in particular is very nice. Oh, and I also have some guitars. I have an SG and a Les Paul, and it's good stuff. That about covers it. I hope you enjoyed my video tour of my studio. It may look like a bedroom. It is in fact not a bedroom. It is a world-class audio facility. So yeah, tell all your friends, and thanks for tuning in. Check me out on the web at riffmansound.com. Thanks again.